My child, listen carefully now, because what you called coincidence was often my mercy reaching for you. What you called an interruption was often my hand slowing you down. What you called inconvenience was often my protection standing between you and something you were not ready to face. I was not absent in those moments. I was not silent because I had forgotten you. I was speaking, but survival had become so loud around you that my voice was hidden inside the very noise you were trying to endure. You did not miss me because you were rebellious. You did not miss me because you did not love me. You did not miss me because your heart was hard beyond reach. No, my child. You missed me because pain became constant, fear became familiar, and exhaustion taught you how to keep moving even when your spirit was warning you to stop. You were carrying more than you admitted. You were smiling while breaking. You were answering people while your own soul was crying for rest. You were making decisions from pressure, from loneliness, from disappointment, from the need to survive one more day, and in that place, my whispers felt small beside the shouting of your circumstances. But my voice never left you. My love never stepped away from you. My hand never abandoned your life. I saw what you could not see. I saw what was forming in the dark. I saw the conversation before it wounded you. I saw the opportunity before it trapped you. I saw the person before they revealed their heart. I saw the door before you walked through it. I saw the delay before you called it rejection. I saw the heartbreak before you thought it meant I had failed you. And because you are mine, I kept reaching. I am going to show you 7 moments when I tried to warn you, protect you, slow you down, and pull you away from what was forming in the dark. 7 moments when heaven leaned close to your life. 7 signs you may have explained away. 7 interruptions you may have called random. 7 warnings that did not come to condemn you, but to cover you. The first was inside your own heart. The second came through a delay. The third returned again and again, as a dream, a memory, or a thought that would not leave. The fourth came when I removed someone before you understood why. The fifth came through heartbreak that exposed what had taken my place. The sixth came as a heaviness pressing against your peace. And the seventh came as a whisper saying, "Come back before the door closes." I am not saying this to frighten you. I am saying this to awaken you. I am not speaking to shame you. I am speaking to rescue you. I am not reminding you of missed signs so you can drown in regret. I am showing you the pattern so you can recognize my voice before you walk any farther into confusion, delay, or deception. There are things you cannot afford to ignore anymore. There are doors you cannot keep forcing open. There are relationships you cannot keep calling harmless. There are feelings in your spirit you cannot keep explaining away. My child, I have been warning you because I love you too much to let you wander uncovered. If this message is already touching something deep in your spirit, like this video so more wounded hearts can hear this warning, subscribe if you want to stay close to daily messages of protection, and comment, "Lord, help me recognize your voice." Let that be more than words. Let it be your surrender. Let it be the moment your spirit says, "I am ready to listen again," because I am not finished speaking to you. I am not finished guiding you. I am not finished protecting what I placed inside you. The warnings did not begin with thunder. They did not begin with lightning across the sky. They did not begin with a loud voice shaking the room. They began quietly, tenderly, deeply. They began with a discomfort inside your heart, a holy uneasiness, a lack of peace you tried to explain away, a small inward pull that whispered, "Something is not right." That was not confusion, my child. That was not your imagination. That was where I started calling you back. That uneasy feeling was the first sign. That quiet pull in your chest. That sudden heaviness when you were about to say yes. That strange lack of peace when everyone around you said it looked right. That inward pause when your mind had already made a plan, but your spirit could not agree with it. You felt it around a person. You felt it around a place. You felt it around a conversation. You felt it around a decision you wanted to force because part of you was tired of waiting, tired of being uncertain, tired of starting over, tired of losing what you thought you needed. My child, that was not always fear. That was not always anxiety. That was not always you being dramatic. There were moments when you accused yourself of overthinking, when you told yourself, maybe I am just sensitive, maybe I am just wounded, maybe I am just afraid because of what happened before. And yes, I know fear can speak loudly. I know old pain can echo. I know wounds can make safe things feel dangerous. But this was different. This warning did not disappear when you became still. It returned. It grew stronger. It pressed again. It followed you into prayer. It followed you into quiet moments. It followed you after the conversation ended. It followed you when no one else was watching. That was discernment trying to protect you. I saw what you could not see. I knew what was forming ahead. I knew the intention behind the smile. I knew the weakness inside the plan. I knew the hidden cost behind the opportunity. I knew where that road would lead if you kept walking without listening. So before the danger became visible, I pressed gently on your spirit, not to torment you, not to confuse you, not to make your life harder. I pressed because I was covering you. I pressed because there are traps that look like open doors. There are connections that feel like comfort but carry confusion. There are invitations that seem harmless but pull your heart away from me, slowly, quietly, dangerously. You wanted proof before you obeyed the warning. You wanted a clear sign. You wanted someone to say the wrong thing, reveal the wrong motive, make the danger obvious. But sometimes my protection comes before evidence. Sometimes I warn you before the mask falls. Sometimes I trouble your peace before the damage reaches your hands. You wanted to understand why, but I was asking you to trust who was speaking. I was not asking you to panic. I was asking you to pause. I was not asking you to accuse everyone. I was asking you to listen. I was not asking you to live suspicious. I was asking you to stay covered. You kept trying to talk yourself out of what your spirit already knew. You said, "It is probably nothing." You said, "I am just tired." You said, "Maybe I am being too much." You said, "Maybe I should ignore it because I do not want to lose this." But my child, peace is not a small thing. When I remove peace, pay attention. When your spirit cannot rest, do not rush. When something in you keeps whispering, slow down, step back, wait, pray again. Do not treat that as weakness. That holy lack of peace may be the wall I built between you and what was sent to drain you. And when you did not stop at the inner check, I did not abandon you. I did not say, "You missed the first sign, so now you are on your own." No, my child, I came closer. I moved from the inside warning to the outside interruption. When you would not pause within, I began slowing the road in front of you. I touched the timing. I delayed the opening. I blocked what you were forcing, because you are mine. And even when you doubted the uneasiness, even when you argued with discernment, even when you called my warning your anxiety, I was still protecting you from what you were not ready to see. Then came the delay. The second sign was not inside your chest anymore. It was in the road. It was in the timing. It was in the door that would not open, no matter how hard you knocked. It was in the call that was not answered, the message that was not returned, the plan that kept falling apart, the meeting that was canceled, the money that did not arrive when you expected it, the opportunity that seemed close and then suddenly moved out of reach. You thought something was working against you. You thought you were being punished. You thought I was withholding because I did not care. But my child, some delays were not setbacks. Some delays were divine barriers placed between you and harm. You saw delay as denial, but I saw delay as protection. You saw the closed door as rejection, but I saw what waited behind it. You saw the canceled plan as embarrassment, but I saw the danger that would have met you if everything had gone the way you wanted. You saw the unanswered call as abandonment, but I saw the conversation that would have pulled you back into confusion. You saw the obstacle as proof that life was against you, but I saw the trap forming behind what looked like progress. I slowed it down because you were moving too fast to hear me. I blocked it because you were about to call bondage a blessing. I interrupted it because your desire was outrunning your discernment. And yes, I saw your tears. I heard you when you cried in secret and asked why it was so easy for others but so hard for you. I heard you say, "Why is everyone else moving forward while I keep waiting? Why are their doors opening while mine keep closing? Why do I have to fight for everything? Why does it feel like I am always delayed?" My beloved child, I did not ignore those questions. I held you while you asked them. I knew the frustration in your chest. I knew how tired you were of being patient. I knew how deeply you wanted one thing to finally work, without resistance, without struggle, without another disappointment. But you must understand this. Not every open door is from me. Not every fast answer is favor. Not every opportunity that arrives suddenly is safe. Some things come dressed like blessing but carry hidden bondage. Some offers look like increase, but are tied to compromise. Some relationships feel like relief, but are sent to drain your peace. Some paths promise movement, but lead you away from obedience, away from covering, away from the quiet place where your spirit can still hear me. The enemy knows how to decorate a trap. He knows how to use urgency. He knows how to make you feel behind, forgotten, desperate, and afraid that if you do not take this chance now, you will never have another one. That is why forcing what I am blocking is dangerous. When you push past my delay, you do not just enter a new situation. You may step outside the covering that was keeping you safe. When you move without listening, you expose your heart to what I was holding back. When you break through a door I kept closed, you may find yourself carrying consequences I never intended for you to carry. I was not trying to embarrass you. I was not trying to make you feel small. I was not trying to keep good things away from you. I was stopping what looked good because I knew it was not right. I was delaying what you wanted because I was protecting what I promised. So do not despise every pause. Do not curse every interruption. Do not assume every delay means I have forgotten your name. Sometimes my love looks like a closed door. Sometimes my mercy looks like silence. Sometimes my protection looks like waiting longer than you wanted. I know delay can hurt. I know waiting can test the deepest parts of you. But I would rather let you cry in a hallway than let you celebrate in a room that was designed to destroy your peace. And when even the delays did not fully get your attention, when you kept pushing, kept explaining, kept trying to reopen what I had shut, I came again. I did not leave you to guess. I began speaking in the night watches. I allowed the dream, the memory, the repeated thought to return again and again, because you are mine. And if the blocked road did not make you pause, I would speak to your spirit when the world became quiet. The third sign came as a spiritual echo. It came through the dream you woke up remembering even when you tried to forget it. It came through the name that kept rising in your mind for no reason. It came through the scripture that appeared again and again, in a message, in a post, in a conversation, in the quiet place of your heart. It came through the memory you thought was buried, the scene that replayed without invitation, the warning picture that would not leave. The same thought, returning when you were driving, when you were washing dishes, when you were lying awake at night, when the world was finally still enough for you to notice. My child, that repetition was not random. That returning thought was not always stress. That dream was not always imagination. That memory was not always your mind wandering backward. Sometimes what kept coming back was my mercy knocking again. Sometimes I repeated it because you were too tired to hear it the first time. I repeated it because exhaustion had made you dull. I repeated it because one whisper might not reach you, through the heaviness, through the pressure, through the noise, through the fear of what obedience might cost you. I was not angry because you did not understand immediately. I was not frustrated because you needed to hear it more than once. I was patient. I was persistent. I was protecting you. The first time I nudged your heart. The second time I slowed your steps. The third time I visited the hidden places where your guard was down. When your mind was busy, you argued. When your schedule was full, you rushed. When people were around you, you performed strength. But in dreams, in quiet thoughts, in memories that rose when you could not control them, I touched the places you kept covered. I brought back what needed attention. I let certain names surface. I let certain scenarios repeat. I let certain warnings echo because I was asking you to stop dismissing what your spirit already knew. You said, maybe it is just stress. You said, maybe I am thinking too much. You said, maybe this dream means nothing. You said, maybe that memory came back because I am emotional. But my child, why did it return with weight? Why did it trouble your peace? Why did it make you pause? Why did the same message keep finding you from different places? Why did you hear one phrase in prayer, then see it again later, then feel it rise again in the night? That was not meant to scare you. It was meant to get your attention before what was hidden became painful. Repeated impressions often point to what needs to be faced: an unsafe connection, an unfinished obedience, an old wound still speaking into your decisions, a door you keep leaving cracked open because part of you still wants access to what I told you to leave, a conversation you need to have, a boundary you need to set, a place you need to stop returning to, a compromise you need to close before it becomes a chain. I was showing you the pattern because the pattern was showing you the danger. Do not treat every returning warning as inconvenience. Do not bury what I keep bringing up. Do not silence the scripture that keeps cutting through your excuses. Do not ignore the dream simply because it made you uncomfortable. My voice will often disturb what is false so I can protect what is holy. I will unsettle your comfort when your comfort is leading you away from covering. I will bring the same thing back again and again until you understand that I am not trying to torment you. I am trying to rescue you. And when even the dreams, memories, names, scriptures, and repeated thoughts did not fully awaken you, I came closer still. After I spoke inwardly, after I slowed your steps, after I echoed the warning in the hidden places of your spirit, I began showing you people clearly. I began removing what you were still trying to hold. I began separating you from what your heart had not yet discerned. Because you are mine, and I will not let you keep calling someone safe when I have already seen what they carry. The fourth sign was the person I removed before you understood why. The distance that suddenly grew, the conversation that changed, the access that closed, the conflict that exposed what had been hidden beneath the surface, the relationship that became strained no matter how much you tried to repair it, the person who stopped reaching back, the person whose presence began to feel heavy, the person you wanted to keep even while something in you knew they were pulling you away from peace, away from obedience, away from the version of you I was calling forward. My child, you thought you were losing someone, but I was revealing what their presence was doing to you. You thought the separation was abandonment, but I was uncovering a drain. You thought the distance meant you were unloved, but I was showing you how much confusion came attached to that connection. You thought you were being rejected, but I was rescuing you. I saw what you could not see. I saw the motive behind the closeness. I saw the jealousy behind the smile. I saw the manipulation hidden behind concern. I saw the compromise that would have grown if you kept giving that person unrestricted access to your heart. And yes, I know it hurt. I know you missed them. I know attachment is real. Memories are real. Shared laughter is real. Familiar voices can feel like shelter when your soul is tired. Loneliness can make even harmful familiarity feel safe. You remembered the good moments and wondered if you had made a mistake. You replayed the conversations. You questioned yourself. You asked why I would allow someone to leave when you already felt so alone. My beloved child, I did not dismiss your grief. I held you while your heart adjusted to the space their absence created. But I need you to understand what love was protecting you from. Some people do not enter your life to help you obey me. Some enter when you are tired, wounded, unseen, desperate to be chosen, hungry for comfort, and unsure of your worth. They know how to say the right words while leading your spirit into the wrong place. They know how to feel like relief while slowly draining your strength. Counterfeit comfort often arrives when you are vulnerable. It does not always look dangerous at first. Sometimes it looks attentive. Sometimes it looks familiar. Sometimes it looks like someone finally understands you. But if their presence pulls you from prayer, dulls your discernment, feeds your compromise, stirs your insecurity, or makes obedience feel inconvenient, then, my child, that connection is not harmless. I did not remove them because I am cruel. I removed them because I am protective. I did not separate you because I wanted to punish your heart. I separated you because I saw what continued access would cost your calling. I saw the delay forming. I saw the betrayal before it reached you. I saw the spiritual draining before you had language for it. I saw how often you became less clear, less steady, less prayerful, less obedient after being around them. I saw how much of your peace you kept sacrificing just to keep the connection alive. You wanted closure, but I was giving you covering. You wanted an explanation, but I was giving you escape. You wanted to keep the bond, but I was protecting the promise. There are people who can love parts of you and still not be assigned to walk with you. There are people who can feel familiar and still be dangerous to your future. There are people you can forgive without reopening the door. Do not confuse compassion with access. Do not confuse grief with instruction to return. Do not let loneliness rebuild what I lovingly dismantled. Because when I remove someone, I am not just changing your circle. I am revealing your heart. I am showing you what you leaned on, what you feared losing, what you trusted more than my voice. And after the separation came the ache. After the removal came the heartbreak. After the door closed, you felt what had been attached deeper than you realized. That pain was not proof that I left you. It became the next warning, the next mirror, the next invitation. Because sometimes the heartbreak does not just show you who left, it shows you what had taken my place. The fifth sign came through the heartbreak you did not want to face, the disappointment that took the air out of your chest, the betrayal that made you question your worth, the loss that made you feel as if something inside you had been torn away. You thought the pain meant I had abandoned you. You thought the breaking meant I had stopped protecting you. You thought the tears were evidence that I was far from you. But my child, I was closer than your breath. I did not enjoy your tears. I caught them. I counted them. I held you in the places where no one else knew how deeply you were bleeding. That heartbreak was not the end of your story. It was a mirror. It showed you where your heart had attached itself too tightly to something unstable. It revealed where you had placed too much hope in a person, a promise, a plan, a position, a relationship, an outcome, a version of life you thought you could not survive without. You called it love, but some of it was fear. You called it loyalty, but some of it was bondage. You called it patience, but some of it was people-pleasing. You called it faith, but some of it was refusal to surrender what I had already told you was hurting you. My beloved child, pain has a way of revealing what comfort kept hidden. When your heart broke, dependency was exposed. Fear of abandonment rose to the surface. Old wounds began speaking again. The need to be chosen, validated, pursued, understood, and approved by someone other than me became louder than you expected. You saw how much power their presence had over your peace. You saw how quickly your identity shook when they changed, left, lied, withdrew, rejected, betrayed, or failed you. That was not because you are weak. That was because there were places in you still asking people to heal what only my love can touch. I did not allow the heartbreak to destroy you. I allowed it to reveal you, not to shame you, not to embarrass you, not to make you feel foolish for caring. I know your heart. I know how deeply you love. I know how long you hoped. I know how many chances you gave. I know how many times you ignored your own pain because you wanted to believe the best. But I also know when love becomes an idol. I know when a desire becomes a master. I know when something created begins to sit in the place where only I belong, and because you are mine, I will not let what cannot save you become the center of your life. The breaking was an invitation. It was my voice calling you back from the edge of losing yourself. It was me saying, "Come back to me. Bring me the wound. Bring me the disappointment. Bring me the questions you are afraid to say out loud. Bring me the part of you that still wants what hurt you. Bring me the part of you that feels empty without their attention. Bring me the part of you that does not know who you are when someone stops choosing you." I am not asking you to pretend it did not hurt. I am asking you to stop letting the hurt lead you back into captivity. Do not return to what broke you just because healing feels unfamiliar. Do not reopen the door because silence feels strange. Do not mistake loneliness for instruction. Do not call the ache a sign that you should go back. Sometimes your heart misses what your spirit was delivered from. Sometimes your emotions crave the familiar, even when the familiar was draining your life. Stay with me in the uncomfortable healing. Stay with me when you want to reach back. Stay with me when the memories soften the truth. I will teach your heart how to be whole without what once controlled it. And after the heartbreak, another sign appeared. It was no longer just in the circumstances. It was no longer just in the relationship. It moved into your body, into your soul, into your daily strength. A heaviness came that would not lift. A pressure settled over your peace. And my child, even that was not random. It was the sixth warning, telling you something was fighting for the place where your peace was supposed to live. That heaviness was the sixth sign, the weight that came over you without explanation, the numbness that made you feel present in body but distant in spirit, the confusion that made simple decisions feel heavy, the dryness that made prayer feel difficult, the sudden loss of desire to worship, to read, to seek, to speak, to hope, the quiet isolation that made you pull away from people who could have strengthened you. You told yourself, "I am just tired." You said, "Maybe I am just overwhelmed." You said, "Maybe this is who I am now." But my child, listen carefully. That heaviness was not just emotional tiredness. It was a warning that your peace was under pressure. Your numbness is not failure, it is fatigue. Your confusion is not your identity, it is pressure around your soul. Your dryness does not mean I have left you. It means something has been trying to make you feel distant from the one who is still near. I saw you sitting in silence, unable to explain why your heart felt so heavy. I saw you trying to pray and finding no words. I saw you opening your mouth and feeling empty. I saw you lying awake, carrying thoughts that would not settle. I saw the way you smiled in front of people, while something inside you felt drained, dim, and weary. I was not angry with you. I was not disappointed in you. I was drawing your attention to the battle around your peace. The enemy has been studying tired places. He knows where you are worn down. He knows the old wounds that still ache when certain words are spoken. He knows the empty seasons when you feel unseen, unchosen, overlooked, and forgotten. He knows when disappointment has made your faith tender. He knows when delay has made you vulnerable to compromise. He knows when loneliness has made old doors look comforting again. He knows how to approach when your strength is low, when your discernment is clouded, when your heart is hungry for anything that feels like relief. This is why the heaviness mattered. It was not there to define you. It was there to alert you. Darkness was pressing against your peace, because your peace is connected to your obedience. If the enemy can make you heavy enough, he will try to make you quit. If he can make you numb enough, he will try to make you stop praying. If he can make you isolated enough, he will try to make you believe no one understands you. If he can make you confused enough, he will try to make you doubt the calling I placed inside you. If he can make you tired enough, he will whisper, "Settle, go back, stop hoping, stop speaking, stop believing, stop becoming who I called you to be." But my child, I am exposing this so you do not agree with it. I am not showing you the battle so you panic. I am showing you so you stand. Pray again, listen again, come close again. Stop calling darkness your personality. Stop calling heaviness your portion. Stop calling spiritual pressure your permanent condition. You are mine. Your peace belongs under my covering. Your mind belongs under my truth. Your heart belongs in my hands. Do not partner with the lie that I am far away simply because your emotions feel quiet. I am near, even when you feel dry. I am speaking, even when your thoughts are loud. I am holding you, even when your strength feels small. So when the heaviness comes, do not run into the old habit. Do not return to the old relationship. Do not hide in isolation. Do not silence your voice. Do not make permanent decisions from a pressured place. Pause, pray, breathe in my presence. Let me steady what the battle tried to shake. The pressure was not proof that you were abandoned. It was proof that something was fighting what I was trying to protect in you. And after the heaviness, after the numbness, after the pressure around your peace, came the seventh sign. It was the quietest one, but it was the most serious. Not a shout, not a storm, not a dramatic breaking, a whisper, a holy whisper rising again and again in your spirit, saying, "Come back now, my child. Come back before the door closes." The seventh sign is the whisper you have heard more than once. It is the quiet call that comes when you are about to make the same decision again. It is the pull in you, spirit saying, return to prayer, repent, forgive, leave, wait, obey. Stop pretending everything is fine. Stop smiling over what is bleeding. Stop calling confusion normal. Stop calling delay an excuse to disobey. Stop standing near the door I told you to close. My child, that whisper has been my mercy reaching for you before exposure comes. It did not always sound dramatic. Sometimes it came as one sentence in your heart. Go back and pray. Apologize. Release them. Do not send that message. Do not take that opportunity. Do not agree to that compromise. Step away. Be still. Tell the truth. Get up. Come home. Sometimes the whisper came while you were driving. Sometimes while you were lying awake. Sometimes while you were scrolling, distracted, trying to numb what your spirit already knew. Sometimes it came in the middle of a conversation, and suddenly you felt it again. Something is not right. I need to stop. I need to come back to God. I need to listen now. Do not despise the whisper, because it is gentle. My voice does not have to be loud to be holy. My warning does not have to shake the room to carry authority. I have spoken through the uneasiness. I have spoken through the delay. I have spoken through the dream, the memory, the repeated thought. I have spoken through the person I removed, through the heartbreak that exposed the idol, through the heaviness that pressed against your peace. And now I am speaking through the whisper, because I am calling you closer before what is hidden becomes visible. This seventh warning is not louder because I love you less. It is louder because the moment is closer than it was before. The hour is nearer. The door is moving. The consequence is approaching. The choice is no longer far away in the distance. You are standing closer to the place where obedience will either cover you or delay will expose you. I am not saying this to frighten you. I am saying this because I love you too deeply to let you walk blindly into what I have already warned you about. You are mine, and I refuse to let you walk into darkness unaware. My beloved child, delayed obedience can become missed shelter. You must understand this. There are protections I prepare for exact moments. There are coverings assigned to specific hours. There are instructions that are not meant to be considered forever, but obeyed when I speak them. If I tell you to pause and you rush, you may meet what the pause was meant to protect you from. If I tell you to leave and you stay, you may carry wounds the exit was designed to prevent. If I tell you to forgive and you harden, bitterness may build a prison around your own heart. If I tell you to wait and you force it, you may embrace something that looks like relief but carries sorrow. I am not punishing you by calling you to obedience. I am protecting you through obedience. I am not trying to take life from you. I am trying to keep death from attaching itself to places where I planted promise. I know what the enemy has been preparing. I know the doorway he wants to use. I know the weakness he has been studying. I know the old cycle he wants you to repeat. I know the person he wants to send back at the exact moment you feel lonely. I know the offer he wants to dress up as an answer. I know the thought he wants you to agree with until it becomes a decision. That is why I keep whispering, come back now. There are two paths in front of you. One leads to covering, clarity, restoration, and peace. It may require surrender. It may require tears. It may require leaving what your flesh still wants. It may require waiting when you wanted movement. It may require honesty when pretending felt easier. But that path is covered. That path is guarded. That path brings you back under my hand, where your spirit can breathe again and your mind can become clear again. The other path leads to confusion, regret, repeated cycles, avoidable wounds, and the painful realization that you heard me and still delayed. My child, I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to stop ignoring what I keep repeating. I am asking you to stop explaining away the whisper that has followed you through seasons, through relationships, through closed doors, through tears, through heaviness, through nights when no one else knew what was happening inside you. Pause now, breathe. Let your heart become quiet before me. Surrender the argument, surrender the excuse, surrender the fear of what obedience may cost. Ask me, Father, which warning have you repeated the most in my life? Which instruction have I delayed? Which door have I left open? Which step have I been avoiding? And when I show you, do not negotiate with the warning. Respond to it. If I say pray, pray. If I say forgive, forgive. If I say leave, leave. If I say wait, wait. If I say confess, confess. If I say close the door, close it. If I say come back with your whole heart. This is not the hour to drift. This is not the hour to be half awake. This is not the hour to choose comfort over covering. The signs have been shown. The warnings have been named. The interruptions were not random. The ache was not meaningless. The heaviness was not your portion. The whisper was not imagination. It was me, calling, reaching, warning, protecting. And now this message must move from recognition to response. Because a warning becomes protection only when you obey it. My child, the reason the warning has been so intense is because what I placed inside you is not small. You are not being warned because you are worthless. You are being warned because you are marked. You are loved. You are carrying purpose. Heaven does not sound an alarm over something meaningless. I do not keep reaching, calling, interrupting, exposing, removing, and whispering because your life has no value. I do it because your destiny is too precious to leave uncovered. The intensity of the warning reveals the value of what I am protecting. The enemy attacks what heaven has marked. He does not fight what he does not fear. He does not study what carries no threat to darkness. He has watched the places where you are tired. He has studied the wounds that still make you question yourself. He has noticed the moments when loneliness makes you vulnerable, when disappointment makes you impatient, when delay makes you tempted to force what I have not released. This has not been random. The discouragement was aimed. The distraction was aimed. The counterfeit relationships were aimed. The fear was aimed. The exhaustion, the compromise, the self-doubt, the sudden heaviness, the pull back toward old cycles. They were aimed at your future. I saw the trap forming before you felt the pressure. I saw the doorway opening before you recognized the danger. I saw the conversation that would have planted confusion. I saw the opportunity that looked like advancement but carried compromise. I saw the person who appeared as comfort but was sent to drain your clarity. I saw the thought that came dressed as truth but was designed to make you shrink, hide, quit, and call yourself unworthy. I saw it before it touched you. I saw it before you had language for it. That is why I warned you in pieces. That is why I interrupted your plans. That is why I made your spirit uneasy when your eyes still saw nothing wrong. Do not underestimate spiritual drift. Survival mode can make you numb enough to call danger normal. It can make peace feel boring because chaos has become familiar. It can make obedience feel like loss because compromise has been feeding your emotions. It can make you tolerate what I am trying to deliver you from. When you are exhausted, you may stop asking whether something is holy and only ask whether it gives relief. When you are wounded, you may stop asking whether someone is assigned and only ask whether they are available. When you are afraid, you may stop waiting on my timing and grab what looks like control. My child, this is why I have been calling you back. Drift does not always look like rebellion. Sometimes it looks like tiredness that stopped listening. But hear me clearly. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are not beyond my reach. I have not removed my hand from you. I have not stopped speaking because you missed earlier signs. I have not turned away because you were slow to understand. I am still calling because you are still mine. I am still warning because there is still mercy. I am still exposing because I intend to cover you. I am still interrupting because I refuse to let the enemy quietly build a prison around what I created to be free. So now you must understand what this battle has been about. It has been about your obedience, your peace, your voice, your purity, your calling, your future, your ability to hear me clearly and move when I speak. The enemy wants you distracted enough to miss instruction, discouraged enough to stop praying, afraid enough to stay small, wounded enough to choose counterfeits, and tired enough to settle for less than what I promised. But I am awakening you now. I am pulling the veil back now. I am showing you the pattern so you do not keep partnering with what was sent against you. Recognition must become obedience. Seeing the warning is not the same as answering it. Understanding the battle is not the same as stepping back under covering. A warning without response leaves the heart exposed. So do not only say, I see it now. Move. Return. Close the door. Break agreement with the lie. Lay down the compromise. Come back under my voice. The enemy attacked because heaven marked you. Now obey because I am protecting you. My child, now that I have shown you the pattern, do not stop at recognition. Do not only nod your head and say, this makes sense. Do not only feel the conviction and then return to the same door, the same cycle, the same delay, the same compromise, the same habit of explaining away what I have been making clear. Revelation is mercy, but obedience is the response that brings you under covering. A warning becomes protection only when you answer it. So pause before me now, let your heart become honest. Which sign have I repeated most clearly in your life? Was it the uneasy feeling you kept dismissing? Was it the delay you kept fighting? Was it the dream, the memory, the repeated thought that would not leave you alone? Was it the person I removed? The heartbreak that exposed your attachment, the heaviness that pressed against your peace, or the whisper saying, come back before the door closes? Do not rush past this question. Do not hide behind confusion when I have been speaking in more than one way. Ask me, Father, where have I delayed obedience? Where have I heard you but hesitated? Where have I called fear wisdom and called disobedience waiting? I am not asking you to perform for me. I am asking you to return to me. Come closer, pray again, open my word again, sit with me before you make the decision. Let my truth speak louder than your emotion. Forgive where I am asking you to forgive. Leave what I told you to leave. Wait where I told you to wait. Close the door I told you not to keep cracked open. Stop feeding the thought that keeps pulling you into fear. Stop rehearsing the conversation that keeps your wound alive. Stop reaching for the comfort that keeps costing you clarity. And understand this, my beloved child. Obedience does not always begin with something dramatic. Sometimes it is one blocked number, one surrendered plan, one honest prayer whispered through tears, one refused temptation, one deleted message, one apology, one boundary, one morning where you open my word instead of opening the door to distraction, one decision to wait when everything in your flesh wants to force it, one step back under my covering when you do not yet feel strong, clear, or complete. Do not despise the small step. Small obedience is still obedience when it is real. I can breathe on a surrendered yes. I can restore a heart that turns toward me. I can strengthen a trembling step when it is aimed in my direction. I am not demanding perfection before protection. I am asking for attention. I am asking for surrender. I am asking for willingness. Bring me the part of you that is afraid to obey. Bring me the part that still wants the old thing. Bring me the part that worries obedience will cost too much. I already know what is in you, and I am not shocked by your struggle. I am here to lead you out of it. But do not delay because you feel weak. Do not wait until you feel brave to obey what I have already made clear. Courage often comes after the step. Clarity often increases after surrender. Peace often returns when the door finally closes. You have been asking me to protect you, but protection and obedience walk together. You cannot keep choosing exposure and then wonder why your peace feels uncovered. Come back under my voice. Come back under my instruction. Come back where your spirit can breathe. If this is your agreement, make it public before me. Comment, I will not miss your warning again. Not as empty words, not as performance. Say it as a declaration that you are choosing discernment, protection, and obedience. Say it because you are no longer willing to let distraction make decisions for you. Say it because you are no longer calling my warning an inconvenience. Say it because you know I warned you to save you, not to shame you. And if you need prayer for clarity, protection, or the courage to obey what I have shown you, leave your prayer request in the comments so this community can stand with you. You were not created to fight in silence. You were not called to obey alone while your heart trembles. Let the prayers of others surround you while you take the step I have been asking you to take. My child, the final response is not fear. It is surrender, not panic. Surrender, not condemnation. Surrender. Come under my covering again. Let me steady your heart, guide your steps, sharpen your discernment, and protect what I placed inside you. The warning was, my love. The response must be your obedience. Now, my child, come close and pray with a surrendered heart. Do not pray from fear, pray from return. Do not pray as one who is rejected, pray as one who is being called back under covering. Say, Lord, open my ears again. Steady my heart again. Forgive my delay. Forgive the moments when I heard you and still argued with the instruction. Forgive the moments when I called my fear wisdom, when I called my attachment love, when I called my compromise survival, when I called your warning an inconvenience. Cleanse my distractions. Remove the noise that has been louder than your voice. Help me recognize you above fear, above pressure, above confusion, above emotion, above urgency, above every voice that tries to pull me away from obedience. My beloved child, I hear that prayer. I receive the surrender behind it. I am not turning away from the one who comes back to me with honesty. I am not rejecting the heart that trembles and still says yes. So now, I cover your mind. I cover your thoughts from torment, from lies, from confusion, from imaginations that make you afraid of obedience. I cover your heart from bitterness, from desperation, from attachments that steal your peace. I cover your relationships, and I separate what is a sign from what is counterfeit. I cover your decisions, so you will not move from panic, loneliness, pride, or pressure. I cover your home with my peace. I cover your calling with my hand. I cover your next steps, even the ones you cannot see yet. No weapon formed against what I placed inside you will prosper. No hidden trap will have the final authority over your life when you walk under my voice. No counterfeit comfort will be able to hold you when you choose truth over temporary relief. No repeated cycle has more power than my restoring grace. No spiritual numbness is stronger than my breath. No fear-driven choice has to become your future. I break the agreement with deception. I break the agreement with delay. I break the agreement with confusion. I break the agreement with the lie that says you are too far gone, too late, too weak, too wounded, too tired, too broken to obey. You are not leaving this moment condemned. You are leaving awakened. You are leaving covered. You are leaving with your spirit alerted and your heart turned back toward me. The enemy wanted you blind, but I have opened your eyes. He wanted you numb, but I am breathing into your spirit again. He wanted you ashamed, but I am covering you with mercy. He wanted you to run from my voice, but now you are learning that my voice was never against you. My warning was protection. My interruption was mercy. My correction was love. From this moment, you will not treat the uneasy feeling as nothing. You will pause when your spirit loses peace. You will not force what I am delaying. You will respect the barrier when I place it between you and harm. You will remember the dream, the memory, the repeated thought, and you will bring it before me instead of burying it under busyness. You will accept the removal, even when your emotions do not understand it yet. You will learn from the heartbreak, not return to the idol it exposed. You will resist the heaviness, not agree with it. You will answer the whisper when I say, "Come back now." My child, this is discernment restored. This is the beginning of walking with open eyes. You do not have to stumble blindly through the same doors anymore. You do not have to keep mistaking pressure for permission. You do not have to keep mistaking longing for instruction. You do not have to keep mistaking the familiar for safety. I will teach you how to listen again. I will teach you how to wait without panic. I will teach you how to leave without looking back. I will teach you how to obey before the pain has to become louder. I will guide you step by step as you return to me with your whole heart. You are mine. Let those words settle deeper than the fear. You are mine when you are strong, and you are mine when you are trembling. You are mine when you understand, and you are mine when you are still asking questions. You are mine after the delay, after the heartbreak, after the heaviness, after the warning you almost missed. I have not left you. I have not stopped guiding you. I have not removed my hand from your life. Come back under my covering and stay close enough to hear me when I speak softly. If this message helped you recognize a warning I have been giving you, like this video, share it with someone who may be standing at a crossroads. Subscribe for more messages that call your spirit back to God. And comment, "I am covered, alert, and listening." Let it be your declaration before heaven. Let it be your agreement that you will no longer walk blind when I have opened your eyes. And now receive this. You are covered, awakened, and no longer walking without my voice. Your steps are being guided. Your heart is being restored. Your discernment is rising again. Say amen if you believe God is not finished guiding you.